Hello to YouTube. I want it like fucking Sonic. I want it like a rocket, like a car bonnet. I'm rocking out. Road rash. Anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, this is Sir General of the pickups, and it's just an amalgamation of all the shit that I've managed to accrue over last 2 weeks. I didn't do a video last week, so yeah, some nice bits here actually, some nice little bits to, you know, augment the collection in one form or another, or just to line my fucking pockets. First up, a couple of traders, but actually this is more of a gift. Now, Pete, you need to let me know if you want this back or not. I mentioned about the Crystal Xbox, wanting to sort of just basically coin up it, and that's all I want it for. And Beep's very kindly offered to do it and stuff, which, you know, it's going to cost money, and I don't want to pay it. I could do it myself. Well, essentially, I know what the ball ache of it all is, which is setting up an FTP client and spitting all this shit down. And I did it when I do that. I wanted someone basically to sort of create a hard disk with it all on and me to swap the hard disks over. I think that's probably a bit wishful thinking. I didn't really look into it, to be honest. But Deeps, thanks for the offer, pal. I do appreciate it. But off the back of that, Pete's Nestastic very kindly sent me a sort of main disk, which is just main Xbox, which I think you just run off the disk. I need to get some time to sort of have a look at that. Pete, if you need this back, let me know. I can copy it and I can whiz it back over to you, pal. But yeah, essentially I just wanted the Xbox with the X Arcade, get an adapter, just to play the main stuff. You know, that was all I was really angling for from that end. Another trade with Mr. PS3 himself, Ian. Herbie S007 is he picked the SNES bundle up. I think I fired him off a game that he wanted for the PS3, and I've seen this game and I said, look, I'm pretty sure it's a scope game. You don't have the scope. If you don't want it, I won't mind. You know, we can get it my way. And he kindly did. That's Battle Clash. Now, I don't know how many scope games there are. I'm pretty sure there's not that many. I know there's Yoshi's Safari, which I haven't got either. But there's not many. There's not many for scope. Although, again, talking about Retro Collect, there was a piece in there when he mentioned about lemmings. Lemmings on the SNES, you can actually use the scope to blow the lemmings up, which is undocumented apparently. Hidden feature, Easter egg. Right, I think that's all. Sort of gifts, trades, or whatever. The rest of it, other than sort of shop stuff, is all sort of charity shop. But I did get one of these, and I think a few people have acquired said item as well. Now, I believe this is because I bought a console and the game. And when I bought the game, I got this, but because I bought the console, I got this afterwards. And it's a Skull Kid statue. Now, I have not opened it because I've already got it. So I'm undecided yet what to do with it. I might just keep it, give it a year or whatever, and then move it on. Or if someone wants to do a trade, let me know. But I say it's all, because it come through and I thought, I looked at the address, well, that's Nintendo, so I ain't ordering anything from Nintendo. Not that I'm expecting anyway. And I opened it and was like, oh, Skull Kid statue. And then like checking online a little bit, I know that Miss RPG Joe, who doesn't watch this stuff, she got one, and a few other people got one, and then looking into it is because they had an offer whereby if you buy the 3DS XL you get the statue. Because I bought the limited edition, I got the statue as well, kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Right, I'm going to get these out of the way. Short and sweet. A couple of fat PS2s. One I'm probably actually going to swap for mine, I think. These two, I'll show you these two first. I got these today. £5 each from one of the charity shops I frequent. 2 fat PS2s, dinged about to high heaven, missing bits and all that kind of shit. But I say, there's a guy I know, I'll get, you know, 10 quid a pop each of them, 1 controller and 8 meg card. That'll go into it. I've got a drawer full of PlayStation 2 memory cards. You can never have enough memory cards. One day, come the apocalypse, I'll be alright for memory cards. But I remember back in the day, my mate, Stephen Reynolds, who now makes very successful movies, he had a PlayStation 2 and he had Midnight Club. And the memory card was like 40 quid. It's a cost of another game. So we never could unlock any of the cars, but we couldn't save them. So we always used to say, oh, you can't pick the crate because the car's always in the crate. You can't, oh, I want to be the crate. You can't be the crate. I haven't unlocked it yet. But, so yeah, it's why I keep them now, because I know they're so worth so much money. But, sort of sticking with the PS2 theme, I picked this up as part of a bigger bundle from a charity shop, and it is obviously a fat PS2, but this is in exceptional condition. I mean, for a fat PS2, yes. I mean, I mean, that's too many I means. I'm not Armenian, if you know what I mean. But it's in fantastic condition. And that came with, you know, the obligatory controller. But 2 sort of third-party Joytech and a Mad Catz. So I'm actually thinking of swapping that out for my one that's down here, because that is in exceptional condition. But within that sort of charity shop bundle, so I've managed to work my way in to another charity. Now don't judge me just yet, honestly. It wasn't really sort of part of my doing. This was a mutual agreement. So, you know, it's one of the charity shops I've been going into for yonks. A few people, obviously, in other shops I've got to know and built up a rapport and a relationship and all sorts. This one never really sort of was that way. Hopefully, touch wood up until now. So I'd gone in there and they always had different people working there. I think the staff turnover was quite high. But there's one guy that sort of started working there. He's a little bit odd. They're all quite odd actually. Let's be honest, who work in charity shops. No offence to people who work in charity shops. But I sort of asked him about, oh, have you got any more games? He sort of said, no, okay, fine. And then what happened? Oh, that was it. There was a particular game I was after. And I opened the box. There's no disc in it. So we went and got the manager lady, who was obviously upstairs. So just fucking memory cards. I need to fucking spend some money and get a bigger one. Anyway, not sure I got to. Charity shop lady, the sort of manager is upstairs. She don't really sort of see her. Asked to go about a game. She popped down anyway. So I spoke to her. Mentioned about, I didn't sort of say, oh, I'm a collector and all that kind of shit. I just mentioned about the game. She was always probably been, I said, look, I guess it's probably been half-inched. I made a little bit of chat about people stealing stuff from charity shops, which I think's atrocious, to be honest. But we got chatting anyway, and I sort of said about, oh, you know, did you have the system? And it's a PlayStation 2 game. And she sort of said, oh, no. This is going back 2 weeks ago, I think. And she said, no, we didn't have it in. And that was it done, kind of thing. And then I went in last week, and I got this sort of stuff. And she was sort of working the till, if you like. And she said to me, she said, oh, were you after... Because I picked up a couple of PlayStation, I'll show you. She said, oh, you were asking about the consoles, weren't you? I said, yeah. So we got chatting. And, you know, bless her, she went upstairs. And she said, oh, I've got it. She brought it downstairs with a load of other games then. So I kind of established that rapport now. And the games that I bought from the shop was Final Fantasy X. And that is at £150. Now, Rich King Retro, I know you mentioned about these games. I'm not sure if it's any good to you, mate. If not, I can move on quite easily. And that was part of something else. What else was it? Oh, and there was a couple of Wii games. So I picked up Iron Man and Star Wars Unleashed. £2 and £2.50. Quite expensive. But what transpired is when I sort of had these at the till, and she mentioned about the Xbox, the PlayStation, she went upstairs, brought it down, which is obviously the one here, which is, like I say, is in really good condition. But she said, oh, I found these other games as well. So I sort of said, yeah, definitely interested in that. She said, oh, 500 PlayStation 2, which is about fine, you know, so what I paid for the fat PS2s. I was like, great. She doesn't have to piss about getting it pat tested and all that kind of shit. And within the pile of other games, I managed to grab me NHL 06 and the Cube, which I do need. So that's one thing. What she said is, these ones that she bought down, she said, oh, just normal prices, 150. She said, yeah. So 150. This one I've got, Bad Vendetta 150. This one I thought was quite interesting. Turns out it's alright. Final Fantasy 11, the expansion set. I don't know if any guys out there need that. Rise of Zilat, Chains of Promethea, and Treasures of An Ugan. And Uhan. Anyway, that's all there. And a couple of nice extra Cube games. Star Fox Adventures, disc only, unfortunately. But the disc is spank. The case needs swapping out. I mean, swap that probably for die hard. And then the one that's probably worth majority of what I paid for it all is Mario Kart Double Dash. Red box, you know, the retail version. And it's all in there. So I think it comes to about 20. I think it's 20 quid. It was running off at 20 quid. I mean, Mario Kart Double Dash will probably can move on for 15 or so quid. I thought Iron Man might have been worth a few more. I think it's Iron Man 2 actually, but I haven't got that. And it looks quite a good game. I say the Final Fantasy 10 I really got because I know Rich King Retro was after them for his stall. So again, it was just trade fodder really for Rich, but it weirdly enough it gave me a sort of a way in, if you like, to speaking to the manager. So she knows me now. So yeah, I'm on first name terms with her, which is always a good thing. Right, so sticking with charity, mate. Few more. Again, one of the normal shops that I frequent. Excuse me. I picked this up again a week or two back. I've got some of the stuff that I picked up today, which I'll show you separately. This was out on the front. I haven't seen it before, and to be honest, it's probably a load of shit. But because I hadn't seen it, I just thought I'd grab it. NBA Hoops with Shaquille O'Neal on the front. Quid. I don't know if it's a simulation or if it's like NBA Jam, but I thought, you know what? Again, it lets them know that I'm still buying games. You know, and for a quid, it's a long-term investment. Sticking with charity shops. Where did I get these ones from? Oh, I got this one for 50p. That was it. It's got a few scuffs on it. I'm pretty sure it'll play. But again, I had Rich in mind. And it's Final Fantasy X2. So a bit of a Final Fantasy kick. And then these are a quid each in one of the shops I go into, where I got the two busted, you know, sort of PlayStation 2s. Quid each. A couple of these are nice actually. You know, definitely great trade fodder, or just move them on. Kingdom Hearts. SNK vs Capcom vs SNK 2, and this is a great one. Zone of the Ender, second run. I've got that. But this is a fantastic edition. You know, that's I mean, it's not rare or anything like that, but it's a tricky one to get hold of. That is, and obviously Kingdom Hearts is just a great buy anyway. I mean, it's a great game all day long, and it's obviously the original sort of black label, if you like, with the reflective cover. So they were quite nice editions actually. From one of the crack converters. I think they refurbed the shop. It's not one I frequent very often actually, it's every now and then. And I think, like I said, refurb the shop, move everything around. And this has been in there for ages. I looked at it when it was at this top price, which I might be able to show you. And I thought, oh, I'm not paying that. I didn't really know a great deal about it. And then it's literally gone all the way down to 99p, and I thought, for 99p I'll take it. It needs a bit of a clean. It's probably because it's been in there that long. And it's not one that I've seen about, even in CEX. Code Lyoko, and it's kind of like an adventure game, 3D platformy type adventure game. If I show you, Yeah, look, you can see how it's kind of drop, all the way down to 99p, which is there. The case does needs a bit. I'm pretty sure it'll clean up all right. The insides are fine, but that's been in there. I reckon the best part of the year. I think that I can remember anyway. Sticking with charity shops from the place that I got the sort of PlayStation bundle and you know, the sort of Mario Kart from the other week. I grabbed this because I bought the second one from there and I didn't realise this was on the shelves. And when Pete Snestastic mentioned it in his Xbox that he got from Dad, he said, "Oh, it's a great game." I thought, shit, I must have missed that one. So I went back and grabbed it, and it's Mercenaries. Because when I put Mercenaries 2 on the shelf, I thought I haven't got Mercenaries 1. Again, it's only 150. But it's like I say, the person that donated these must have had the PS2, and the PS2 was in great condition. These are in great condition, so goes hand in hand really. For a quid each, didn't have this one. Link's crossbow training, and this is trade fodder all day long. Mario Sonic at the Olympic Games. That's going to CEX. But Link's I didn't have, and I did check. I checked on, well, I checked in store. I checked in store. It's £4 that is at CEX. And I checked online. I think online it was £2, but I got it for a quid anyway. What are you gonna do? I'm rattling through these now. Right. I may have overpaid for this. I'm pretty sure I probably have, but it's from a shop that do, yeah, they don't reserve stuff from anything like that, but they do look after it. The lad goes out the back and he sort of said, "Oh, I'll have a check for you," and which he did again today, but was now doing. But when I looked at the shelf, this was there, and I opened an ad about it. It's £3.50, which doesn't sound a great deal of money, but it does if it's not worth £3.50. If that makes sense. But I thought, you know, these kind of sets are usually quite hard to find in like loose games. So for £3.50 I bought Boogie Superstar on the Wii. It's a nice sort of transparent plastic. Got the microphone in there. The game's immaculate. Not going to bore you with it all. But I haven't even looked if it's worth £3.50. I doubt very much it probably is. But it probably costs you £3.50 to post it from eBay, the weight of it. So yeah, it's just, you know, I just sort of said to Gills, "You fancy playing it?" They're like, no, not interested. What can I do? Right. Oh shit! I meant to say, in with the nice PS2 bundle, if you like, with all, you know, the Mario Kart and stuff like that. When she put it down in the bag, obviously it had, you know, your obligatory controller and stuff like that, and the hookups and the wires and stuff. But in the bottom of the bag were these. Now, ordinarily I wouldn't give two shits about these, but they're buzz controllers. But they are Xbox sort of wireless buzz controllers, all four of them. And it even comes with the actual little adapter receiver. I mean, I've banded it all up. So it turns out these are from Scene It. I'm not sure if these are really worth anything on their own. I don't know. But there was no sort of game with it. I mean, I suppose if it's the Scene It one, you know, the movie one, that you know, that kind of appeals to me a little bit, because me and the wife, we like our movies and stuff, and to sort of be able to sort of answer questions on movies remotely, but I mean, they're in fantastic condition. So yeah, they were in with that. I don't know if I know there's some Xbox 360 eggheads out there. If anyone knows if these are used with any other games, give us a shout. But I wouldn't mind, yeah, weirdly enough, I wouldn't mind getting hold of this, because we hadn't seen it when it first come out, the board game, the DVD and stuff. But I think as a sort of buzz game with them, it'd be quite a good laugh. Well, that's all that. So last couple of piles now, guys, and you can fuck off and go and watch something really interesting. Okay, so today, this is from today, one of the sort of retro-y, it's not a retro game shop, it's just a video game shop, indie store. These have been in there a while, and I don't know about this one, and I seen the second one, I thought, you know what, fuck it, let's grab it. not the cheap. They're not cheap. You know, ideally, any other charity shop we're paying like a 50p or £1 each. But this, I think that between the two of them, I've done all right. One of them is probably the going rate. This one I've probably done all right on. So the one I've done all right on is Nemesis on the Game Boy. Now, yes, I got rid of a load of Game Boy games and stuff like that. The reason why I've got this one back is, like I say, I can play it on the Retron. It's a shmup, and it's kind of like a choice title, really. And the other one, which is probably the going rate, is Turrican on the Game Boy. And as you can see, £4. So £6 for the two. Do you know what? I'm probably a couple of quid up from eBay and all that kind of shit. It's not a bargain. Don't get me wrong. But you know, overall, not bad. And then the other game that I grabbed from there, I had this loose disc, and I never knew what it really was. I didn't really look into it. I think I got it in a bundle of car boot, I don't know, 3 years ago or something. And it's Crisis Beat. So I've seen this on the shelf, just like the spine. I thought, oh, I know I've got a disc for that, bizarrely. And then I looked at it, it looks like it's a side-scrolling brawler. Yeah, you're stuck on a boat, and you've got to go through like a bit like Final Fight. So very interesting game actually. But all I had was just a loose disc, and then when you think of it, Crisis Beat, I just thought it was like a rhythm game, and I didn't bother. I just didn't bother at all. I mean, the case is fucking a bit, but there you go. Look, that's the disc. I mean, I have actually got the loose disc. If anyone's interested in just a loose disc. Not much to the manual, so a bit paper. That was £1. So, you know, I say overall, between this and the two games, 4, 5, 6, 7, £7. Right, last couple now. So, from another charity shop, I did alright actually. And I've been going in there for a while, and to be fair to the ladies, they really look after me. They're one of the sort of few ones that sort of let me go, yeah, you can have a nose out the back, and I thought that's all it was until today. So, you know, I've been getting on really well with one of the women that works there, sort of chatting to her and stuff. Not like, you know, just normal chatting really, just about normal stuff, and you know, not playing any angles, guys. I know what everyone's thinking. You just do it. I was, you know, she's had a few sort of medical issues, not like weird, but just like things that aren't right, and just sort of chatting with her, and you know, just being a nice person, really. And she's on the mend now. So I was sort of chatting to her anyway. She said, oh, she's had some stuff come upstairs. I was like, upstairs? Like, kind of, she just saw my face. She went, yeah, we'll go upstairs. And fucking hell, it is like I mean, out the back room, I thought that was it. But what they've got like a storage thing to bring stuff down into the back room. So they process it upstairs, bring it to the back room, then move it out onto the front. And I was like, whoa. I mean, it wasn't like full of video games, but it was full of a lot of stuff. If that makes sense. And just said, oh yeah, these PS2 games. She said, look, you know, instead of me looking downstairs, you might as well come up and have a look. To be fair, there wasn't a great deal there that really tickled my fancy, except for these two. This one I think I need. This one I just thought, you know, if I haven't got it, this has got like CX Trade Fund screaming all over it. That's the Simpsons game. I think she only charged me £1 each for these as well. And the other one, which I wasn't sure of, it looks like an early release, World Destruction League Thunder Tanks. I have no idea. It's an earlier release. It's got the blue, dark blue or whatever. And we were just chatting away, and they had some amazing, you know, she was sort of showing me how they operate as a charity shop, and I was amazed. I was like, fucking hell, I didn't realise. She said, yeah, they have like bags of stuff for each season, for the clothes. I thought they just fired them out, you know. She said, no, we sort through them, and if it's a summer season thing, we bag them and leave them, and then when the summer comes, they put them all out, which kind of makes sense. It's like, it literally is like a retail shop. So it's quite interesting to sort of see. And I mean, I didn't really have a good dig about. I would love to. There's a few things in there that caught my eye. And to be fair, she was really upfront. She said, oh, because we were chatting. She sort of said, I wasn't sure if you mentioned PS2. I said, yeah. I said, look, I showed you my collection, haven't I? And she said, yeah, before. Because I've obviously got pictures of them. Everyone, I would hope, unless you're weird like me, I tend to have pictures on my phone of my collection, like the room here and stuff. And she sort of said, oh, I wasn't sure about these ones. She said, oh, are they any good to you? I was like, yeah. I mean, again, purely from a very cynical sort of trade fodder, moving them on aspect, yes, definitely. So I managed to grab, which she handed to me, I think it was £6 for that, £1 for this, 6, 7, 8, 9, £9, and I went, look, we could call it a tenner. And she was happy with it, so there we go. So I've got Mario Kart Advance. Yeah, a few little dinks, but acceptable. I would say it's acceptable. Everything's in there. Again, I have still got my Game Boy collection. Mario Kart Advance, and it's got everything in there. But it's not something that I don't avidly collect for anymore. Choice titles, perhaps. And the £6 is a GBA Advance, Glacial or Limited Edition Platinum. And again, this is like, quite, in terms of condition, obviously I don't know what that sticker's from, this will be from my Argos or something like that. From a box perspective it's fine. The only thing I think is pretty much missing is it's got all of the inserts, it's got all of the paraphernalia. It's got a dirty screen. It's mint. It really is mint. Back cover. So the only thing this is missing is just the baggie that this would sit in, that sits in the box, which I know because I've got a few other, or had a few other GBA Advances that had these in. So I said the I don't want to do this on camera. Anyway, so that's not really going to be kept, to be honest. I've got quite a few of the box consoles that I was looking to move on a while back. Mentioned it before when I was interested. Still there. That made me bundle with that lot, and it may go towards funds for Blackpool, to be honest. And the last, honestly, this is the last little bundle is CX stuff. This one I bought. I got from CX the other week. I had all the Wii games that obviously no one expressed an interest in, which is fine. They went in, trade value, boom, and this is what's come out from the trade value. So, all them sort of doubters, I don't know if there was anybody out there, but, I was looking at GameCube games, and I don't know, I sort of totaled it up and they were asking like £10 for a Lego game, and I don't know, a little bit like, I thought I might be able to get them. But certain titles like Open Season, they wanted like £6 for. I thought, that's probably one you may see at the car boot, because it's like a kiddie game and no one will be really interested in it. That's my thinking anyway, so I didn't bother. But I seen this one anyway, and this is one that I needed. And it was Game & Wario. £22. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any instructions. But what did have, I mentioned a few of the lads, is new Super Mario Bros. U. Where are you? Point thing. Obviously the points we know are all about ready to die. So if anyone wants to do a trade for a set of points I ain't got, hit me up. But yeah, Game & Wario Wii U. Again, another one to the burgeoning Wii U collection. So, the last lot which I've bought with the bulk of the money from the Wii title. So I paid 15 quid for the Wii title, something like that. So the bulk of it was including that? No. So Game & Wario was from that bag of shit from the charity shop, basically, which I paid a fiver for. These are from the bulk of the Wii titles. So first up, sticking with the Wii U, is Injustice: Gods Among Us. 12 quid, Lars. Yeah. It's funny because I sort of said Game & Wario doesn't have any instructions, but Gods Among Us instructions are like there is no instructions. Put the disc in, click next. You know, it's. But I don't know what it is. It just, if there's a space there, it needs to be filled with something, I guess. So yeah, Injustice: Gods Among Us. This one I've been looking for ages. I've seen it in game, and game didn't have the manual ages ago now, and I rejected it. And luckily, because the manual's fucking huge, for 10 quid, Final Fantasy Fables, Chocobo's Dungeon. Final Fantasy Fables, Chocobo's Dungeon. 10 squids. So I think, I'll say this now, I think I've got all the Final Fantasy-esque games on the Cube, on the Wii. And the last thing I've got, which is more, it's not game related, although technically it could be classed as that. And I'm hoping I can get the best out of this. I mean, technically it's cost me a couple of quid if you look at the sort of trading value that I paid for the Wii titles, which was like 15 quid all in. And, you know, it's all relative, I suppose. But for 85 quid, I've got myself an Elgato capture device. My idea is it's really going to be for the Retron 5. To try and, you know, some of these games that I mentioned, maybe stick some footage in and just kind of augment the videos, really. 85 quid is a lot of money. I wouldn't have paid £85 cash. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm not a rich man. But I did get the guy to open it up. I don't know if this has been used because it's literally in the cellophane. So I don't know. Some people probably would have took it out. I'm not sure. I can't even tell if it has been used. I mean, the box was quite dusty on the top, but I suppose that doesn't count for Jack Diddley Squat, really, does it? So yeah, that's it. That's really it. I say the big spend is that. I know it's an expensive bit of kit. I wouldn't ordinarily pay 85 quid for that. There's no chance. But off the back of, like I say, I think I've got 100 and something odd quid or whatever for the Wii games, and a few of the bits and bobs and chucked in. For 15, you know, it was what, 25 quid worth. If tops 25 quid it would have cost me in terms of the Wii games, and do the odds and sods and it collect it all up. I ended up with like 150 odd quid or 60 odd quid. I've still got 30 quid credit with CEX for that much, so it's a no-brainer. So we'll see. I'm going to hopefully make good use of the Elgato. I'm not planning on doing sort of any asshole, you know, really long plays. Oh, let's play through the whole of Legend of Zelda on the SNES. I'm not going to do that. It's probably going to be used more to augment my videos, really. But we'll see. Okay, that's me done. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.